Yes, beautiful people. Wow. Good day.
Hello, mate. How are you? First things first.
No.
You lot fucking. Come on, put that.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
That's
You look like you got COVID, bro. You look like that, bro.
Hey,
Yeah.
wow. Every time. This
Yeah.
just,
We're clean here, bro.
see, I'm saying, bro, this is what he
We're
does.
living clean.
This is what he does every time, bro. Mashing up man's hand.
Bro, you have to put it on.
Literally, bro. Like
I want to work with
No. Keep
what you
going.
gotta do, you gotta air it out.
all my
You
good
gotta air it
deeds.
out. You gotta let the air get to it, man. That's it.
Wow.
Let's
You
see.
see what? Them man ain't clean like me. I mean, look at me.
There's a limit, bro. You need that healthy bacteria in the life still.
We just did it at everything.
I know.
It disappears, bro. Right, we lose or draw. We're back again. I've got a Liverpool hat on, but you lot can't see that on camera, so it's fine. You know what I mean? We got a little shadow thing going on. It's fine anyway. It's cool. What we got today? We're doing a little twist today. We're doing a little thing with a friend of mine. He's a local round here, and he's it's coming up to a little competition thing in a month or so, and I decided that we need him on the channel because we need to know what he does, how he does it, when he does it, where he's doing it, and I want you lot to know as well. So we've switched it. It's football, but there's another little sport in there. A bit of come on, have it. Yeah, a bit of that in there.
Crossover special.
Bro. You know what I mean? I'm a pentathlete, decathlon, everything. I do everything. Yeah? That's me, bro. Yeah, anything, right? Anytime, anywhere. Michael.
Yes.
Welcome to the channel, bro.
Yeah, man.
Can I shake your hands?
Of course, man. Get rid of some of that. Get rid of some of that. Yeah, we're clean.
Yeah.
T. Mike.
My brother.
Yeah. So.
Good day.
T, take over, man. You know. Oh, you know we're drinking.
Yeah, it's
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
it's apple juice.
It's an appetizer.
Appetizer, yeah.
So
go on.
yeah, man, we're back. Yeah, today, as you guys know, we like to switch things up once in a while, do like little involuntary conversations where we get people on. You know, we've had people in the sporting world, big man like Emil Heskey, that's come down to share his time. Yeah, man.
Antiguan.
Yeah, man.
Fellow Antiguan.
Trust me. More Antigans. More Antigans on this channel. Then you probably
We'll put up the flag there.
Listen,
Just to show you
one time.
where we're repping.
Yeah, man. But yeah, we've done a couple. There were big Emils come true.
Yeah,
Quincy come through.
There's a few more that I've said.
Yep.
That it just hasn't. Well, I just haven't had time to actually get in contact and whatnot. But this one is different.
But the thing is, that's the thing I said to you before this, isn't it? Like about Win, Lose or Draw. It doesn't have to be specific to just like football. Obviously, me and Biggs have come from that, you know, that football world, and that's usually our take. But I think there's a lot of like transferable things in sport in general.
Yeah.
I mean, loads of things relate more than what we actually realise.
Competitiveness in general, isn't it?
Precisely.
Yeah. And
you take those
you
principles
can-
from
yeah.
other sports too.
You can win, lose, or draw in any of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, obviously.
To a certain degree.
Yeah, of course. Some sports are a bit more like win-loss, but doesn't matter. I mean, the essence of what we're talking about on win, lose or draw is like kind of the same. It transfers across all mediums, man. But yeah, man. Welcome to the platform.
Thank you.
Welcome to the
brother.
platform, man.
Yeah.
We're good to hear, as you said, like Biggs alluded to, just kind of get a bit of your background in this story.
Yeah.
For the people then who don't know you, obviously.
So Michael Simon. Do I introduce myself as a boxer? I think I do. Certainly for the show, yes. I'm a boxer. Yeah. So, the level of boxing I'm at, it's really a semi-pro, white collar kind of level of boxing. But the way that boxing's going, especially in that area, the levels are going up. And now you're getting a lot of the guys that are in the scene now. They're like, you know, they've had good amateur backgrounds. Or maybe they're crossover, so maybe they've got a kickboxing background or something like that, and they're now getting into boxing. And you know, there's some guys that, you know, they're good at what they do. You know,
exactly. So mixed martial arts.
Yeah, I think just like, you know, mixed martial arts is definitely plays part in it, but I feel like combat sports has been on the rise for a while. I think that for a long time, maybe people didn't really have access to clubs or access to doing it, and this, the rise of MMA and the rise of white collar boxing competitions, it's just meant that people are that much more on it. I mean, even like, PTs at the gym, there are a lot of them will now incorporate a lot of boxing and pad work and whatever kind of stuff into
I see that.
into their regimes. And the truth of the matter is that, like, boxing for many a year, probably since its beginning, it captures the public's imagination. Do you know what I'm saying? You can get behind a boxer.
Yeah.
Boxers, generally, sports people in general, but boxers particularly, they're salt of the earth people generally. Do you know what I'm saying? People can relate to them. People can relate to their story
from the streets.
Absolutely. And then the actual act of boxing as well is generally, yes, you do get some technical fights maybe or whatever that aren't as exciting to the non-purists, but boxing as a spectacle is up there, isn't it?
100%.
Watching two people
100%.
use skill to hit each other or whatever, there's a lot, there's a eye-catching thing.
What I was going to say as well, like from my perspective, obviously being slightly younger, I grew up in that era, obviously watching boxing as like the premier fight sport, and obviously as we know, that's kind of adjusted. The MMA's coming in and like changing up the game a little bit. But I would say that some of the cool things are, especially in the UK, like discipline really has been instilled throughout the country to do boxing.
I think a lot of boxers will tell you that boxing saved their life. Do you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of boxers will say that, if I didn't have boxing, what would I have got into? What was I doing? I mean, we saw AJ the other day, and he had his little meltdown, and
What do you make of that from a boxer's perspective?
Okay, I mean, look,
he just overwhelmed, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, from a boxer's perspective or a non-boxer's perspective, when you see sportsmen, you like to see sportsmen lose well. If you're going to lose, you like to see people be a good loser. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what it's and look, everything he was feeling and everything he said, totally valid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand why he was saying that. I can understand that self monologue that's going through his head, just spurring him on to say those things. But the truth is, it was Usyk's moment. He won. It was his moment to celebrate, and it detracted from that moment for him. So I felt that. But in terms of how I feel, how he must have been feeling, wow, man, to be the heavyweight champion, and you can make your arguments whether he's the number one heavyweight champion between him and Fury, and I think probably a lot of people would sway the other way now. But to be up there, 3-4 belt holding heavyweight champion, loses his belts to Ruiz, wins them back, so he's faced that kind of adversity, and come back, and then fights Usyk, loses his belts over, and it was a decision loss. It's not like he got knocked out as well. Comes back with a new coach, puts it in. He put it in as well. He really did put it in the training camp, and then falls short. It'd be heartbreaking. I've lost a fight, and it was heartbreaking. Do you know what I'm saying? And I get why he felt that way, but I think it's not typical for a boxer to react that strongly, especially in that very public moment after the fight. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's deep, isn't it? Because like you think about boxing, and you guys can get your opinions on this as well. Like when you put your body on the line for a sport, I mean, like obviously I play football, so like to a degree that happens. You can get broken legs when things happen like that, but when you're purposely doing it, like you're going out of your way, you're going to be receiving stiff jabs, you're going to be receiving bangs, and you have to put yourself in that frame of mind. I think, I don't like when I hear the criticism of boxers and fighters particularly, but especially that when it's not completely genuine. It's like, if you used to see a lot of these boxers in real life, you just want to shake hands and get autographs. Let's be real. You're not going to want to carry that energy you thought, he's soft, he's this, he goes down to these, like you just mentioned about AJ, he can get knocked out. He's at the highest level of boxing, and no one's knocking him out and putting him to sleep. He's up there fine-tuning, or he's missing out that fine-tuning. And he made a big, I thought he made a lot of improvements actually, and even the fight before that, I went to see the fight before that at Tottenham. And yes, he clearly lost and he was clearly outboxed, but
the things he was doing, there was times when he was like slip, roll, and I was like, whoa, you really are moving like a middleweight out here. And you know, look, everyone's got an opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, man. Yeah.
But yeah,
it's very polarizing.
It is. But but just to, I mean, on what you're saying, one thing you always hear boxers say is, I respect anyone that gets in the ring and does it. Do you know what I'm saying? And I really like that. And in fact, like, I would say the boxing community, in this crazy way, in that, yeah, like you're saying, you're playing football, you're playing any other sport, you are putting your body on the line to a degree. But if boxing, you're literally going, you know, mano a mano, whatever now, right? And the community is just so cool. Everyone's so cool with each other. Everyone's like, you know, people help each other out. You know, no one's trying to, like, it's for a sport where you would imagine ego is the biggest thing, and on the night of a fight, it obviously is very obvious. You know what I'm saying? Say that. It's not like that. You know, you're going to boxing rings, leave egos at the door. We're here to learn. You know, you'll see signs like that, and people are always, you know, try and help each other. So yeah, it's, I don't know that people necessarily see the background of that. They see the moment, they see the night, they see Chris Tubac Jr. People probably talk about him in a negative light, saying he's arrogant, but I bet when he's in the gym, he's a cool guy. Do you know what I'm saying?
Comes across that.
I like Junior, bro. He's very, very confident.
He is confident.
He's just, for me, if I was a boxer, I'm him. Do you know what I mean? I'm just telling you, listen, bro. At the end of the day, you're good. But when he said he's detraining or just not doing as much effort, because if I do put in 100%, I will basically kill you. That is that. Bro,
well, it's all psychology.
With me, bro.
It's all mind games, and what he said was,
obviously,
I'm going to be your father figure to the brother. I was laughing, man. Like,
but that's a bit of his dad.
I'm going to walk you through this. Do you know what I'm saying? And look, at the end of the day,
that was his dad speaking all day long.
You know, we're talking about elite sportsmen, and when you're in the elite sporting world, you're talking anything is inches. Do you know what I'm saying? The difference, exactly, fine margins, and you know, and psychologically, that's where a lot of those fine margins are kind of found out. You know, and if you're in this guy's head,
it's kind of
this guy's like, what? You're gonna school me? Either he's gonna be like, maybe he is, or you ain't gonna school me. Do you know what I'm saying? And either way, that takes him away from his
the reaction,
you know, his game plan. So yeah, man.
So that's a good one, actually. So would you say that from boxing experience, like, it's very important to like maintain the mindset and the calm, or would you say you've seen some fighters that can kind of tame it and they just work well being angry? Do you know what I mean? On that front?
Look, I think it's probably different for everyone. I think it probably is. I think most coaches would tell you, you know, stay relaxed. You know, when you're relaxed, that's when you do your best work. You know, you train hard, you kind of ingrain everything mentally and physically, you know, muscle memory and all that kind of stuff. And then when it comes to performing, you relax as much as you can and it comes out. But you know, we're human beings. We've got a biology. Adrenaline is a real thing. You know, there's times when I think you could be in a fight and you're trying to relax and it's not really coming off, and then you get tagged and hurt and bam. Do you know what I'm saying? That adrenaline brings the best out of you. So I think it depends on the individual and it depends on the circumstance. But typically, I think you want to relax. I think when you're relaxed, not horizontal relaxed, obviously. But yeah, you know,
that's a knockout bang.
But when you're kind of like, you know, you're calm. Do you know, calm and confident.
You're in the moment.
Absolutely.
Like, from my experience with doing martial arts, I kind of attribute it to the same things. Like, that for me was the first stage of real life discipline. It's like, you're sparring, somebody gives you a jab, somebody gives you a roundhouse or a kick or something like that. Raw. So then how do you react to it? But that's just a great analogy for life, or a great example. Life's going to be jabbing you every day. Adversity.
How do you come through it?
You're just going to punch up everyone? So
well, hopefully.
Figuratively.
In real life, I would love for that to happen, but it doesn't work.
We got all for it.
Can't just punch your way through life.
So, right, talk to us a little bit about like early stage. Well, I want to say in the early stages. Let's say interesting experiences from yourself, from like in the fight, your career as a fighter, let's say, like something that stands out?
Wow.
A moment, a fight, something.
That's a good question.
Well, Mike, what do you think we come here for,
That's
mate?
a good question.
Hey, what do you come here for?
What stands out to
We lose or draw, bro.
Oh, well, let me give you a little bit of a background. So I'm 42, right?
Yeah.
And I only started boxing 6 years ago, at 36, yeah. So, but I love boxing. You know, I grew up watching boxing with my dad. You know.
Families.
Yeah, you know, I remember watching the early-ish Tyson fights. You know, I remember when Buster Douglas beat him in Japan, and we went to my uncle's in Hayes.
Yeah.
And I remember, you know, my dad and my uncles being, you know,
Yeah, it must be like
Buster Douglas was down for 13 seconds. That was a slow count. All of that. I remember from them days to now.
Like can't be right.
You know, and so like, I always wanted to get into it. So I got into it. I got into it for a charity event actually.
Nice.
A friend of ours died of cancer at Fitzroy, obviously, and an uncle of mine died of cancer as well. And I remember at the time feeling like I need to do something, and I didn't really know what it was. And I thought I'd do like an Ironman, or maybe not a full Ironman, but even like a half marathon or a Tough Mudder or whatever, that kind of thing.
Fitness we need.
And I was working in this office, and this guy Graham Corker, who's a coach at a gym that I go to now, big up Graham. He said, I'm doing this charity event, and basically they give you 8 weeks training. You've just got to bring a certain amount of charity money and get a certain amount of people to buy tickets, and you're in. And I thought, well, this is the opportunity. So yeah, got into it, and I never looked back. So I mean, in terms of moments, that was a great moment because of it was a good bit of money we made for the charity, and that got me into it. But in terms of like the most significant kind of thing, a couple of fights ago, I actually lost the fight, alright? But it was a 5-rounder, and I'd never done 5 rounds before, and I didn't know it was going to be 5 rounds until I got there, because the promotion the fight was for, this was for a belt, it was for their light heavyweight belt, right? So, and I'd won on their previous promotion, which is why they said, yeah, why don't you come and fight for this belt, yeah? I was like, okay. So we get to the venue, and before, when there's a boxing night, what generally happens, or certainly the boxing nights that I've been to, the referee and maybe the promoter will come and they'll do their like house rules kind of thing. So they'll say, this is what's going on, this is the order of running, this is what we expect to happen. Then the referee will come in and he'll do his talk, listen to me at all times, I'm going to come into the dressing rooms, and all that kind of stuff that they do before the fight, yeah? So when we're there, he goes, right, he's calling out each of the fights. He goes, oh, this will be a 5-rounder, oh, and that'll be a 5-rounder because it's a title fight. And I went,
you're fine.
5 rounds, yeah. And they're like, yeah, I was not 3, no.
See, that's deep as well, because imagine you training for 3 rounds.
Exactly.
Imagine you preparing for a 60-minute football game.
And look, let me not be critical of the promoters. It could very well be that they had made that clear at some point during the prep, and I didn't hear that, but it didn't feel like it. You know, I can't remember them mentioning it. But anyway, so my corner guys come a bit later than me, and I'm like, yeah, so. Seen the guy, we had our talk through. Oh, and it's a 5-round fight, by the way. And they're like, okay. And I see them kind of look at each other, and I'm like, cool. So the night goes on. We get to my fight. Fight starts. Good fight. Definitely lost the first round. Probably lost the second round. Third round, didn't have any problems. Fourth round, I started really relaxing, like you said. By this point, I'm relaxed. And the fitness isn't an issue. You know, I'm really relaxed. Fifth round, put him down. I think the ref should have stopped it. Even after I put him down, I had him up against the ropes, and the ref didn't stop it. So get to have the decision. Really, I shouldn't have said that. I didn't get the decision. Yeah.
If you want me to.
No. It's all good. But you know what? It was the moment. Like before I went in the fight, I just wanted to know that I'd given the best of myself. And when I finished the fight, even though I didn't get the decision, and I lost one fight previous to that, which really hurt me. That was the heartbreak one. Yeah, the first fight I lost. I wasn't. I'm not gonna say I wasn't bothered by it, because I'm a competitor, so I want to win. Yeah. But I knew I gave my best, and I felt like when I looked at him after the fight, when we looked in each other's eyes, we both know we won the fight. And I felt great. And afterwards, my corner guys they were like, Mike, we'd already decided before the fight if you got in any trouble, we were gonna just throw the towel in and
That's
take
why
you
they
out
looked
there.
at each other like,
Yeah,
hey,
and I'm like, what? And they were like, yeah. They go,
Because
but
of the rounds, isn't it?
yeah, not just because
you weren't prepared.
I had to cut a lot of weight for the. Well, not a lot of weight, but I did push it, and I think I was getting a bit tired towards the end of the camp.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? So they were. I think they were a bit concerned. Big up Cam and Tank for that still, and they were like, we were going to pull you, but you were coming out with things that we hadn't even seen you doing training. And that
then it was just like,
to go beyond my expectations and even go beyond my trainer's expectations, regardless of the decision, and to put the guy down in the 5th round as well. So I carried my power late and all that kind of stuff that you hear about. Yeah, that for me that's been my best moment in boxing, and it's created. It feels strange that I'm talking to you about a loss in the strange way.
That's the beautiful thing about life, and see that's what ultimately why I think these messages and platforms like these in general are becoming more and more important, especially for men, because you're starting to hear more stories from men that are more based in humility. Of course, we want to have, you know, every man wants to be the guy. You want to be the one people look towards, but at the same token, we have to recognise it's realistic. There's other little bits going on that the audiences and other people may be learning or suffering through something. So hearing a story about a loss and how positive it actually was for you would also help reaffirm to a lot of people that, hey, you need to take these L's, man. You got to take these L's if you want to move forward.
Do you know what? I think like a lot of people use this phrase now, and I like it. There's no such thing as a loss, just a lesson. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, and I learned. I actually learned a lot about myself, and that's exactly what you're saying. I learned I could go through things. I knew I was losing the fight going in, and I didn't get the decision in the end. But it didn't stop me. It didn't faze me. You know, I just kept on going, and it makes me feel good about myself now. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like I've got through that. You know, I pushed through that, and at the end, whether the judges decided it or not, everyone was coming up to me afterwards going, "You got robbed. You definitely won that fight." And I'm like, "Thanks," you know, and it felt good, man. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
It feels like a good, very tight knit community in the boxing.
It is, man.
Much more than what you see, because you see it in it, like, let's be real, like a lot of people from the outside be like, oh, you know, like, what's going on with like the decision makings? Is it all 100% honest? There's a lot of people that have like ways of thinking. But that's from the outside.
It's the boxing, though, isn't it? It's like anything. There's not even that. I'm just talking about decisions and what's not. There's some corruption all over the place. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I always say, right? You're 2 ways to win a boxing match. Definitely or maybe. Right? If you knock him out,
you can't say nothing about
then so if you leave it, if you make it a maybe win,
and leave it in someone else's hands.
Exactly. So, and look, you can't always knock someone out. Maybe they're too tough. Maybe you haven't got the power. Maybe whatever. I don't know. But when we're training, we're trained to hit hard. We train to kind of, you heard the phrase bad intentions. Do you know what I'm saying? When you're you don't go out there looking to bomb someone out, because that can be counterproductive to the plan anyway. But if you get a chance to take someone out, you take them out. And maybe that was one of the lessons in that 5th round. When I felt like the ref maybe could have stepped in, maybe I should have really put my foot on the gas.
You should have done it, made a decision.
And like hindsight tells me, I know in the back of my mind, I was like, don't go and get caught now. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't put him down and go and get caught trying to get him out there. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I should have threw caution to the wind a bit more. Maybe there's a lesson in that as well. You know what I mean?
Well, before we jump in and start talking about football, I want you to touch on one more thing, which is like what you kind of briefly touched on there, which is like, how do you like gauges of ebbs and flows in a football game? And you can see like man's are just turning on and they're just like, other team can't do nothing. It's like on your neck. You boys are good at doing that. Where you overwhelm the other team with pressure, and like it's psychological. Then it's like little things: get a tackle, get the ball back, stay in their face, second balls. So like, what would you say like when it comes to boxing? Like, how do the ebbs and flows quite work in a fight? Because you see it and you think like, he's winning this fight. He's got 4 rounds on him, and then one little jab comes in, and then you can't quite get the rhythm. You can see it.
You say that, but I think it's to do with the fighter, because there's many. I've been to see flipping AJ's. I think I watched about 6 of his fights, mainly at the O2. And there was just there's moments when I think you see he's a physical, he's a specimen. You know what I mean? And you think, come on, on, man.
Yeah.
You got him now.
Yeah.
Finish him.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and he doesn't.
That last fight the other day, I felt very frustrated watching some of it. I felt like he worked his way into having a shot and didn't throw it.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's risk. It's risk. You know,
is it that thing in the back of the head?
I think, yeah. I mean, look. You know, I keep using these phrases because, these phrases they mean a lot in boxing. Like, it's the art of hitting and not getting hit, and you kind of train to do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And
Floyd moment.
Yeah, I mean Floyd's. I think Floyd's one of the greatest of all time. I feel I feel like his. Yeah, and I think maybe the money Mayweather kind of persona puts some people off him.
If he was doing charity work,
this guy is a master. This guy is a master boxer. Do you know what I'm saying? He is like,
he's mad.
He's not just like, he's schooled greats. Yeah. You know, he's schooled Canelo. Yeah. I thought he schooled Pacquiao as well.
Yeah, he did.
Do you know what I'm saying? I know there's a lot of Pac fans out there, and they really don't like to admit that.
They don't.
But he wasn't nowhere near.
Nowhere near. Like, no, people like to say like Pac's.
I remember that shit 4 years ago. Pacquiao won a world title after that. So he won. It wasn't that. You know, could they have fought earlier? Yeah, maybe. Whatever. You know what I'm saying?
If he stayed 26, so
hey,
lucky aged.
Pretty Boy Floyd, was a great come forward fighter, but he broke his hands against. I can't remember who it was. He had bad hands anyway. I think genetically, his family, both his dad and Roger, I think they all had bad hands. But he broke his hands against. I can't remember the name
for the
of the
audience, when you say bad hands, what does bad hands mean?
So
fragile
hands,
in general.
Yeah.
So funny enough,
right? So these, I guess these are called metacarpals. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you break one of these, the medical term for it is boxer's fracture. Whether you're a boxer or not. Yeah. So if you go to the hospital and you've broken that, you've got a boxer's fracture.
Yeah, it's like the metatarsal, the toe one.
And people think about your knuckles as being the because that's where the impact is. Yeah. But I think probably mainly boxers are okay with that, because actually when you think of like the alignment of these first two knuckles, as long as your hand is straight and your wrist is straight, you're going to be fine.
Yeah. But as you train, they toughen up anyway.
Exactly, and you'll build up calcium deposits and all the rest of it, right? Yeah. But if you break these, but you know, if you end up hitting here or something goes wrong. I mean, I was sparring the other day against a guy in Reading, big guy, Travis, big guy, and it was hard to hit the guy. So when I got close, I threw a left hook, and he moved to the right, and I hit the top of his head. Do you know what I'm saying? It hurt, and it's hurting me a little bit now, but it wasn't a break, but it could have been. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think some fighters are just susceptible to injuries. Do you know what I'm saying? Same as football, you know. Some people are susceptible to hammy injuries. Exactly. And Floyd's one of those. So he wore gloves that allowed him to, you know, supported that. That's why we didn't get so many knockouts in the back end of his career. He wore a lot of grants and things like that, which are more padded. And also he developed a style that promoted longevity. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, it's not a style that's that Mexican style fighting where it's head to head. Let's just have it out.
It's a stand in the middle.
He did that shoulder roll. He's taking shots on the shoulder. How many clean shots does Floyd take in a fight compared to the average fighter? Very, very little. You know, and you know,
he doesn't want to mark up the pretty.
No, that's it, man. The money maker. You know what I'm saying?
You know what it is as well. I like the fact he uses that as well on top, because it's like, yes, he has that, and it's also another little reverse psychology like tool to use. And you can stand in a man's face and be like, I'm just better looking than you. That's why I'm here.
And you're not even going to hit me in the face today.
Muhammad Ali, man. Imagine, I'm so pretty. You know, it's one of those things.
It's not like going at the opponent. It's more like saying, I'm just that good.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And it gets them like, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
But then they try and get him. But the whole, what you were saying, being calm and composed and whatever else, that goes out the window. Because they're now trying to hit that target.
It's taking you off your game.
And putting it into his game. And he's slipping. And then when you go, he's caught you with the uppercut, he's sleeping.
It's just jabbing you every time you try and hit him.
And you know what? You know, these guys are counter punchers. We're talking about Floyd. We're talking about Muhammad Ali. Even you know, when you throw a shot at someone and they move out of the way and then they hit you, how frustrating is that? And two, you don't have to hit that hard, because the shot that you don't see coming is the hardest shot. And if you're already got that forward momentum and the guys are slipping and countering,
and then you just like,
he doesn't have to hit you hard, because you're coming into it, so you automatically doubled the velocity of the impact. You know what I'm saying? So
it's like when he hit Hatton into the
man, because Hatton's committed.
He's coming in.
Yeah.
Falling forward, because he's coming into your
That's
world.
a show reel, you know. And I don't think he knocked him out after that. That was the knockdown before.
That was just like
he was done. And
Nah, that's deep though. I mean, ebbs and flows in fighting, because you see it like in a fight.
Yeah.
A fighter might have a round or two. So let's say you're dominating the fight. This is the interesting thing about boxing.
Yeah.
Football, it's kind of different, isn't it? Like, you got one team that's just like peppering the other team.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time. That's what they usually say.
But the thing is, the difference between boxing and football is the obvious difference outside of the nature of the sport is the team element of it. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, how many teams, especially in this day and age of the way that you got squads the size they are, can man say, we're going to bring Matey off the bench. We're going to bring Watts. He can change the game for us. Yeah. You know, in a kind of one-on-one sport like boxing or other combat sports, there's no one coming off the bench for you. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And look, you can change game plans, tactics, whatever. Which I guess is the same for any sport, but you know, there ain't no one coming off the bench. And the funny thing is, so the next fight I got, it's not a fight, it's a tournament. So it's
that's a whole different.
Changes the game.
So you know, it's 3 fights. Do you know what I'm saying?
So the whole Mayweather thing comes into effect there, because if you get hit less,
it's gonna be beneficial.
Prolong the longevity of the fight. You'd be fresher.
But you got to win.
Yeah,
right. So if you don't win, you ain't getting to the next fight.
So you put everything into that.
This is what I'm saying.
This is the second one, and haven't got anything left for the last one. I get it.
You know what I'm saying? So you got the balance. You got to find for something like that. You know,
or the bit of luck or something.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's all about how the promoter structures it as well. Because I take it everybody's a winner on the card.
Yeah, so for this card, do a little promotion.
No, we're into it, because you start the thing and then I'm going to tell them what is
okay, yeah. So it's the 15th of October. Right. It's in Swindon at a place called the Mecca. It's on Tank Promotions. The promoter's called Rich Loveday, good promoter, and his shows are good. And one of the reasons his shows are good are because the fighters that are on his shows are good. So this night is called Best of the Best. I don't know if he's done that because of the old film Best of the Best, you know, the martial arts tournament kind of thing. Maybe it's possible. Maybe it's that. I hope so. Yeah. So basically, there's 3 prize fighter tournaments. There's a female prize fighter, there's a heavyweight prize fighter, both of which are 4 people that are in that, so it'll be 2 rounds. And then there's the one that I'm in, which is the light heavyweight, right? So that's 8 fighters, So, and I already know these fighters are good fighters. You know, some of them have won belts with other promotions and whatnot. You know, from what I'm hearing from guys I know in the games. You know, this guy's good. Oh, this guy is very good. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be tough. So on the 2nd of October, we got a press conference in Swindon, and that's when you'll see who your first opponent is. So out of these 8 fighters, if I win my first 2 fights, I will have 3 fights. So I'm going to face any 3 out of these 8. So the difference, so normally you're going into a fight, you're like, okay, who's my opponent? Is he southpaw? Is he tall? Is he short? Is he come forward? Is he counter puncher? Whatever. Let me train for that. Do you know what I'm saying? In this situation, you can't do that.
You just
because
fighting.
You're getting 8 fighters. You're probably going to get one of everything. It's probably going to be a southpaw guy and a short guy and a tall rangy guy and a counter puncher guy. So how do you prepare for all those different fighters? The answer is you can't. You just got to be the best you.
That's what the camera.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's a different experience this time around, because it's not like, okay, well, we know this guy's come forward or we know this guy's whatever. It's like, well, we don't. So it's like you're just trying to be the best fighter. I'm just trying to be the best me. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be a crazy night. Yeah. It's going to be a very, very good night of boxing. Nice. Like for the spectator, it's going to be live.
And that brings us on to everything now.
So
You heard from Michael. Yeah. So what we're gonna do? The previous event, Win, Lose or Draw is here to do what we do. Initially, the channel, as you may or may not know, was a lockdown thing when we weren't allowed out. We're out now. People who know me, I'm an out person. I'm all over the place. I'm busy. I'm active. They let us out. They're taking off the handcuffs. They're taking off the masks. It's all good. So what we're doing now, the last Win, Lose or Draw event was the football thing in Burnham.
Yeah.
Nice little family fun day. Lovely day out it was. Over 2 days. But we're bringing one back. A special one, I suppose. It's a day event. So we are getting together, getting a minibus or coach, or depends on how many people really come forward and want to get involved. There's a lot of good boxing community fans and followers in Slough, in and around Windsor, Maidenhead or whatever. So we're just going to promote the thing. We're going to support my friend here, Mr. Michael, because we can't send him all the way to Swindon with just his missus and his family giving it a little away corner here. You know what I mean? We need to be supporting and get behind our people. Yeah. So a little light bulb moment came on when I watched your Insta thing. Very random. I don't usually watch people's things. They just come on a reel, and I kind of engage because I don't usually do that. And it was you, and I thought, wow, let me just see what he's got to say. And then I heard what he's saying, and I thought, you know what? So I'm going to get in contact with my friend here. And we did, and here we are. So there will be tickets on sale. There will be coaches. I'm just going to do a whole little package, yeah? Do what I do, put it all together, get people involved, interested. It's a nice day out. So I think it starts at what, 4:30?
Yeah, about 4:30.
About 4:30 it starts. So we'll get there. We'll leave in time here. That's good time. It's on a Saturday. Weather will be a bit chillier. So you know what I mean. We'll have some fun. And if we do get a coach, it would be nice to get a coach, and then you get that whole buzz. Get a little food on there, a couple of drinks, whatever. However you want to start your day. We get there and we just enjoy the day and support our Michael all the way. So it's gonna be, regardless, win, lose or draw, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna just be there, just to be there. As simple as that. So yeah, we'll leave the links. You'll see this on my scale with what I do. So you see the promotion bit, and you see it everywhere sooner or later. There's other things in the background that I'm doing as well. Flipping. We'll talk about that another day. It's all about Michael today, mate. It's all about Michael. So that's what we're here for. That's what we're doing. We've got a little insight into what he's all about. I think the young man will bring him in for a after you session, because you can just get deeper. This is kind of like a all-round thing. But then you can get into the depths of...
See, this is why, quick point, Vic, so that's why I have to shout you out as well, you know, because he ain't going to say nothing about how he actually operates, but when you work with individuals that that you can work with, that have your best interests at heart, it can be difficult to find, it may take time, but it's really important that you work with people that they can complement and they can see what you're doing and they say, alright, cool, I can't do that, but I can do this. And that's the difference, as opposed to working with some people. It's like this compromise. It's like, no. What do you bring to the table? How can we work together? Do you know what I'm saying?
It's all that. It's not even. I don't even think it's been. I'm making I don't making anything out of it. It's just something that I want to do. I just think he needs the support. I don't go to many boxing matches. Win, lose or draw is a platform. Let's just put it all in the melting pot and cook something nice and eat it, and you know what I mean. It's got flavour. It's wholesome. It's everything.
Let me say, I appreciate it, because you know what? Like most of the fights I've had have been pretty local. Reading, had one in Bracknell. Do you know what I'm saying? Not too far away. This is going to Swindon, and it's not a million miles away anyway. You know, it's only the next county really.
But the only reason, sorry to interrupt you, the only reason I fought as well and switched on, I thought, But a man's going into the Lions then.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I was exactly about to say that.
You know what I mean?
I'm saying.
Because he's going into someone else's territory. It's just like we're doing the promotion and we're getting all the other fighters from the end.
Yeah.
But it's in our hometown. So we should have the lion's share of the support, the rowdiness, let's have it. No. We need to equal out this thing. At least give him a little. When he looks in the crowd and he sees faces that he knows, you know, he might even bring a tear to his eyes. It don't matter, but it will give you.
It's an away day.
When I'm at Anfield, we are the 12th man. So if you have anything that can give you that get up and go, the more motivation that. Or if it's not going your way, and we're seeing it, but we just you're just thinking, I've got to do it for these people. Bigs, man, I know you put a lot of but I said, but you might see me on the apron, bro. You might see me strangling a man back. You might see that, bro. I don't know how it's gonna go.
Hey, you know what, right? You do hear it as well. You hear it. You're trying to be focused now, But when you land something and you hear your people, yes, Mike, do this now, or whatever. It lifts you, man. I'd like to. I don't know if I would rather say nothing phases me, but it does. It lifts you, man. So come.
That's
well, you know what it is.
Back your boy.
Yeah. So listen. Half Antigua and all the rest of it. Antigua. We're getting all the flag. We're doing everything. Sod it. You know, even certain things, misses and all that. They're not really onto the boxing thing. But I think this day even if you have to do that, but be there. One thing.
Is it finished yet? Yeah. Did he win? Come on, Michael.
So it is what it is. So we're going to get the train moving, man. It's a little bit shorter than I would like, but because of just the people that I know, I've mentioned it in like 3 conversations. They've said, bitch, listen, when you're ready, do it. I'm up for that. So as long as I get a date out, it doesn't have to be no big billboard posters and what's not. I just do my little thing. You know what I mean? The coach is 50, 60 people. That shouldn't be a problem. At minibuses, 17, 18 people. I'm thinking a car or a couple cars, whatever it is, however you want to do, however you want to get there. We're not pressuring you into taking what we're doing. If you want to get there on your own back, get there on your own back. Plenty of parking spaces. I have never been to venue. I hear the venue is proper. It's not. It's like a York Hall in Swindon. Okay. Apparently, I'm happy with that. We just go there. Whatever, if you're not a drinker or whatever you do, you come there. We just have a little party out. Whatever, man, just support. Let's have a nice little boxing day. Something that I've never done as a whole boxing day. I've been to a few boxing fights over the years, but I've never done the whole day. And I just think, with the win, lose or draw, just come and meet us in it. That's it. You know what I mean? All of us are approachable. The people who know me or don't know me. I went to a festival the other day. He said, come man, and it was a fellow DJ MC. I was backstage and he goes, Williams are enjoying it, and I thought, that doesn't happen. That's
sick.
That's nice.
I love that, man.
It's crazy,
especially because it's happened a bit, so you can do it for longer.
Exactly.
That's what.
But then I get people like Robbie, the Arsenal TV, and then I saw him in Carnival. I saw people that see him in Carnival, and he was just mobbed by people who want to take photos and what's not. So it's not, we're reachable, we're
available.
Yeah, we're available. You can talk to me. You know what I mean? It's just don't chat no shit. Apart from that, we're good to go. You know what I mean?
That's so true, man.
So we're just keeping it real. Listen, before we go, we're gonna touch on a little bit.
I was just gonna say a little bit. It's a little bit.
Theo, talk to them.
So, Cena, I guess I should start things off. Very privileged.
Cena's on the top of the tree at the minute, and he's got a nosebleed. Let him do his thing, yeah?
So
Arsenal at the top of the tree.
Arsenal.
Listen, Arsenal, bro.
Wow.
Don't say it too loud.
We're back into the 90s.
I know.
Back into the 90s
Right.
when I grew up, and it was a very nice time. See, I talk to Victor about this all the time, innit? Like, it's weird being an Arsenal fan now, at the age I'm at, because I'm 30. And, like, I remember the playground, it was Arsenal, Man United.
Yeah.
Liverpool dashed in there.
Yeah.
You didn't really see much, like, Chelsea's.
Liverpool weren't in there for a while, though, still. They came back
really.
in the last 5-6 years.
I remember
Klopp really, innit?
The club. I mean, we had
it's the Asian community I've been particularly.
Yeah.
Because obviously we're from Slough, so there's a big Asian community in Slough, and I know it's kind of divided between Liverpool and Man United. So, like, that's what I reckon.
The majority,
those ones, isn't it? So, as we know, the top 4 of England are those 4 clubs, like Liverpool, Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Outside of that,
it's
you ain't finding many shirts. It's all new stuff. So, I mean, from what I see so far, and I said this to Biggs as well, like, we're turning a bit of a corner, Arsenal. You can see trying to change that old philosophy of like deadwood players, the spineless conversation chat. You know, there's history there, so that we've got something to really grasp onto, which is positive. But we have to be realistic, and I'm trying to be that realistic fan, because right now you listen to a lot of some Arsenal fans.
Yeah, they're
about to come through.
But you know what? The foundation's there, and Arteta's doing a good job, man. And I don't know what I think of the Arsenal board, but they seem to be backing their man the right way.
They do, innit? They
you know what I'm saying?
For me, man. Like, because last few years, I was just Arsenal fans would just be like, get them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got
most
many
nowadays.
Yeah.
I think a lot of clubs are having issues if they really deep it when it comes to money. You know, everything. We're doing alright. I mean, I reckon, I definitely think top 4 is something.
If you don't get top 4,
that's the thing.
There's been a disaster. Somewhere, and it might even be anyone's fault. It might be an injury disaster or something like that. But if you don't get top 4, I'll be really surprised. Not with this start, not with the way you've kind of gelled. And like you said, you seem to have got rid of that
kind of murky, like players that just
the Deadwood like Aubameyang that we've just picked up.
So Theo's Chelsea.
I think he's going to be alright.
Chelsea, Michael's. Theo's Arsenal. Michael's Chelsea. I'm Liverpool.
Let me just say, I don't think that Aubameyang is Deadwood, but I just feel but in the context of this conversation, I feel like he was maybe one of the players that Arsenal wanted rid of. He weren't playing for the club.
So it's not like a buy where you're like, oh yeah, he's sick, he's mashing out like Jesus we got from City.
You're
like,
wow. Wow.
I knew it. I knew it. You know what? I told you in the last. I said, mate,
he's doing it.
He has now had the leash taken off him. Don't get me wrong, Pep. I rate Pep. As a coach. I do like him as a person as well. But some of his, I don't know if he said, you know, with City, there's so many great players.
Too much personnel.
It's just like, and you can see, you're thinking, wow, this man's like when they had Sane and all them there. You're thinking these men are top player, and they never played like how they should have. But Aguero was the man. You could not take his place. Like, he was doing everything. He was doing wonderful stuff.
I feel like I think Aguero was injured. And I feel like that was a time that they really could have put more emphasis on Jesus, and he didn't. And that's why he's gone. And it's not an acrimonious falling out or anything like that. But it's to say, look, you'll keep me and you'll play me, but you won't play me like someone else will. It's the right move for him. It's probably the right move for City as well, because you know they
but that used to be his ex-coach, isn't it?
They know
each other.
He's got the same.
My man's come across as well. Is it good? They've
recruited well, man.
They have recruited well, man.
But saying that now, Chelsea. I think Chelsea recruited well. But like Liverpool, there's 2 players, or definitely 2 players, and one from you and one from me. I say it and I repeat it every single time. I'm a season ticket holder. I watch these people week in, week out. I travel. I do my team. I travel, and I watch my team. And we miss Salah. Look, we miss Mane.
Yeah.
Salah is not the same player without Mane. I don't care what no one says.
So I saw that the other day.
Yeah, in my personal.
Yeah, but it's not just that. It's that he's been playing at such a high level for so long.
Yeah.
That was never, it's not sustainable. For anyone.
It's true.
He's been great for so long. He's still great, but because he's not hitting those
no.
high notes
I'm not one of those. I'm not one of those fans who just he's shit now.
Yeah.
You can't be shit over that.
It's just hard to compare anything you're doing now to that much success. Do you know what I'm saying?
I hear that, but there's a few. As I said, I've seen my team week in, week out for a good many years now.
Yeah.
And there was just the games that we drew were winnable.
Yeah.
In my mind, with Mane in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
One?
Everybody can see.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Was that
Everton, the most recent one?
Not really. No, not Everton, because we had our chances.
Yeah.
We hit the post 3 times. And Pickford had he's man of the match.
Yeah.
His saves.
Listen, brother.
His
Hey,
saves
shout out to
were
Pickford, man.
outstanding.
For that one.
His saves. I just think.
I was watching the game like, who's this?
You're not supposed to. You're not
Allison made a
supposed to
couple
be.
too, though.
No, Allison. Yeah, but Pickford. Pickford. They're two different characters.
Yeah, it's true.
You see when Pickford made that last save against Salah, he said it. When Allison came that one-on-one, he just got up and was just like,
it's normal.
It's like, nice. Shut up and get ready for the corner. And then Pickford's all celebrating. He's bust champagne on the pitch already. That's the difference. But anyway, Liverpool's Liverpool. We all see it. We're the talk of the town, because of previous. Haaland is the talk of the town, to be fair.
Yeah, it's true.
2 hat-tricks in a row. We thought something was going to happen.
We knew it was going to be like that, though.
That's
man.
Yes, but I'm thinking against the teams that he's supposed to do it, he will get it.
Yeah.
I think when he looks in the stronger teams, the Liverpools, the Chelseas, the Arsenal, I don't think he'll get that joy because our defenders are better.
Yes.
Yeah.
That brings me on to the other person in your team who has gone that I think you miss as well, which is
no.
the German Luga. Bad man. Right?
I didn't want to talk about it.
The Messiah.
Listen,
the Black Messiah.
Rudiger.
Well, listen.
Bro.
When I heard he was leaving the floor,
how do we let
Chelsea,
that happen?
you can let him go.
How do we let that happen?
Yeah, that was a bit, man.
I mean, look, I don't know, man. The truth is, any player who comes from overseas,
ultimately,
they're not going to have their heart in the club. Or it's much less likely they're going to have their heart. This is my club. I'm going to stay here for good. Do you know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, Salah was making noises about leaving Liverpool in the summer as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
But
right?
that's why the whole Mane Salah thing come. Mane recognised that he was never going to be on par. As in,
how did we let him go? But look, do you know what? Right, I have to say, we've recruited well.
That's
Kalidou Koulibaly, he's a little bit old. But we've been trying to buy him for the last 4 years.
Probably scored you
but he's still.
I'm just saying. Was he 32?
Yeah.
I think.
But you know what it is? He's seasoned and he's.
He is seasoned and he's a defender, so he doesn't. It's not like strikers. Like.
Yeah, you got Reece James.
But the thing is, but we've already got an old defender in Thiago Silva, so you would have liked. But what we've done is we've gone for Fofana now.
And Azpilicueta as well.
Azpi's still there, but he's getting on a bit as well.
Yeah,
and we've still got some other.
Actually,
there's a couple of lads
I'm
that are
to
still
take him
there.
out my dream team.
I mean, Reece James, bruv. I think he could be the best right back in the world right now. I'm biased, obviously, but
technically, from what I've seen,
who do you put above him for defending, for going forward, for crossing, for everything?
Not Trent.
He's got better than Trent. I think he defends better than Trent.
He defends better.
That's what I think. Your point you're making. If you're talking about everything, probably won't give you that Trent free kick.
I give you that.
But he does score goals.
Yeah, man. He's just.
Yeah.
I'd rather have I can say this hopefully without bias. I prefer to have Reece James in my team than Trent. I'd love to have both of them and have the option and maybe say, right, Trent, you play at the
wide right.
The wide right. Push up a bit.
Beck's wrong.
And if I'm playing forward at the back, Reece, you stay at right back. Do you know what I'm saying?
They're probably going to try to experiment with that, but
I hope they do because I don't want to lose either of them.
Exactly, you can see it.
As a straight right back, Reece James is solid, fam.
Yeah.
Really, really solid.
Yeah.
And then We've recruited well in. When you get who?
Sterling, you happy with that?
Happy with Sterling. Very happy with Sterling.
Sterling's
He's a London boy as well.
Sterling's going to do bits for you.
Sterling.
He's going to do bits.
He's going to do well.
He already is. He's already playing well.
Saying that Sterling's family lives.
My only thing about Sterling is now, right? Did he want to be a centre forward? Because if he did, and we bought Aubameyang, have we now just gone? We're not trusting you in that number 9 role. Actually, the way that we thought, we're not making you the false 9 in this modern way of playing strikers without strikers.
Yeah, but they play both.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. I was going to say that you could remember Aubameyang played left midfield for us for a long time.
Yeah, but I don't think he got the best out of him when he was doing.
No, I reckon he probably played more 9.
Yeah,
but
I want him to be a goal poacher. I want him to just get goals. I want him to just get goals. Don't worry about nothing else. Just get goals. Do you know what I'm saying?
He does like to
play. I want him to get, because the goals. It's not just for us as a club. For him as a player, it's going to keep him hungry and keep him on it. If he comes and he doesn't score very soon, I know he's out of a bad jaw, broken jaw at the moment. But if he doesn't get goals early, I mean, look, everybody says that the Chelsea number 9 shirt is cursed, and he's just gone straight in and said, "I'll have the number 9." Yeah. So
you can try and break the curse.
I hope so, man.
Fair play.
I was reading something where it said the last 10 number 9s. I mean, you look at the names of them: Crespo and Torres, and you're like,
no, forget that.
I don't. No, Jordan is 9s aren't synonymous with Chelsea.
Yeah. It's not even necessarily that they were bad players. Like I think Crespo came, broke his leg. I think who was the other player? We had Kazaragi. I think he was a number 9. We've just even other people have tried to pick up the shirt from different parts of the pitch, and it's been terrible for them. They haven't made it. Sidwell, I think, had one, and Bruderus and a few. You know, like it just doesn't. So you know,
they should put 9.5 on it. Just to break up the number.
It's ridiculous. Why should the shirt number make a difference?
I know, but it does.
And when you think about what a number 9 is,
listen,
you look at Diego Costa. What a great number 9 he was. You look at Didier Drogba. Amazing.
Was Hasselback?
I know, but
Was Hasselback a number 9?
I think he was 11.
He was Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy Floyd.
He was 11.
Yeah.
But what I say about Chelsea, that you look at clubs, you can see certain teams are synonymous with certain positions.
Yeah.
Like you look at Arsenal, you think centre half up front.
Yeah.
You think Thierry Henry, Sol Campbell, Adams. You know, you boys, I think centre midfield, Frank Lampard, Joe Cole.
Yeah. I would say maybe defensive midfielder, Makelele.
Yeah, Makelele. I'm saying that too. It's a midfield. It's called the
Makelele role. It's called the Makelele role. Yeah. You know,
Makelele role. I remember when I was playing football. Everyone was like,
drop back into the Makelele role. Yeah.
Everyone was saying, that's great.
You know,
you're a midfield football club where Frank Lampard, is he not the top goal scorer? Top goal scorer for the club. There you go. He's 200. That right there kind of lets you know where your base and strength resides. And you boys, I think you boys are a little bit more sporadic. You can kind of. You've had your Torreses, you've had your Suarezes. I would say also had your characters and your Barneses. Your Barneses, Stevie, Ian Rush. You guys are a bit like your pick a season, like with strikers this bit, defenders, and then like.
Yeah, but we've never had it all at the same time.
But this last couple of years, you haven't even had a striker.
Yeah,
Firmino is not really a striker, is he? Like, you know,
he was getting us goals when he first came.
I feel like he's a false 9. I thought like he had 3 false 9s at the front.
None of them was
right. And it's worked. I'm not even saying to criticise. It's worked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. I get it. Listen, as I said, I see them. That Nunes, he's got a bit of Suarez in him. Yeah. But hopefully he doesn't bite them.
Yeah.
So he should be fine. I think if we put a muzzle on him, he'd be fine anyway.
Yeah.
I like Suarez. But I like, for me, you boys, I like Harvey.
Harvey has come. Listen, the last game.
He trained down here as well, you know.
Yeah.
Trained down this lot, but he's not going to.
Okay.
He's at 3-4 weeks. Well, before season started, of course.
Oh, okay.
So it's about 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks.
Yeah, well, he's local, isn't he? Because he started at Fulham.
That's it.
No, it was before that. It was
before that. He was about.
Was he?
He's local
or somewhere.
So was Matty Cash.
Matty Cash is Slough,
man.
Yeah.
It's mad.
Now running it for him and Mings are running it for Villa.
Yeah, he's doing well.
Under Joe.
He's doing really well. Under Stevie.
Yeah.
Big Stevie, you know.
Yeah, man, they got a good draw yesterday. do a very good job.
But yeah, the Premier League.
They should have won it, to be fair. They should have won it because Maggie wasn't offside.
Can we just all collectively laugh a little bit at Man United?
We can laugh.
They've
recruited
kind of turned it around already.
Listen,
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
You wait.
I don't know.
What was the last 2 games they won? They won away.
Yeah, they got
They
it's because of
beat
the Liverpool
Green,
game.
didn't they?
It's because of the Liverpool game. That's really
Yeah.
Take Liverpool win out.
Yeah.
Beat Liverpool, but then who did they beat away just now? Palace, was it?
No, did they?
Last game. Who's the last game they played? I swear they won their last game.
Well, it doesn't matter because they played today.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Massive game coming
Massive
up
game.
in about 2.5
They
hours.
played Arsenal today,
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, massive game. Old Trafford.
Okay.
At Old Trafford.
So you know,
At 4 o'clock.
that's how you know I'm really not as much of a football.
No, it doesn't matter.
Nah,
You don't need to be.
Who they playing?
But concentrate and focus on your boxing.
Yeah, that's it.
We don't put no footballs in a boxing ring.
Nah.
Yeah.
Can't go back space in the football.
You don't need to know when we're playing, how we're playing, if we're playing, yeah? You know the box out man front team. That's what you need to do, right?
You can play basketball, you can play football, but you don't play boxing.
Don't play boxing. Or you will be played.
Yeah, literally. Yeah,
So,
man.
listen, that's that.
It's been wicked.
We're good.
Yeah, man.
We're good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
as I said,
Yes, brother. Yeah, man. Thank you for having me on, man. Yes, man. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, good.
Yeah. So
that's a good thing. We can bounce off of each other.
Yeah, I love that. I love
yeah,
that.
man. This is what we do. So you're gonna see Michael around. And
Yeah.
There's just
Yeah.
certain things and events and what's not. So I'm just gonna put it all in the melting pot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's been too long that our people ain't flipping supporting each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all individuals.
Yeah.
Forget that.
Yeah.
You don't get nowhere as that. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of things, done a lot of things, and I always say to people, there's no point doing all this stuff and not sharing it with people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's why are you going here, there, whatever. Whatever you may be doing. Whether it's the DJ thing, whether it's the win, lose or draw, whether it's the promotion thing, why am I having experiences on my own?
Yeah.
That's not fun. I want to say, remember when we went?
Yeah.
Remember when?
Yeah, man.
Beach Boy, I never forget when we. I want to hear all that.
Yeah.
I want to hear all that. That's what's happening here. So anyway, we're gonna the next episode. Actually, the next episode ain't gonna be nothing to do with that. All you're gonna see is promotion. So you'll see flyers and whatever else, ticket links, coaches, where we're leaving from, what times, We'll get involved. We might get Michael to do a little video, or we might do one together. Don't know. Little promotion thing. But remember, what's the date?
15th of October.
15th of October at the Mecca.
The Mecca in Swindon.
Swindon. That's where we're gonna be. Yeah. So if you're watching this, get your baby care, get your child care, get your drink on, get your heels on.
Yeah, line up the childcare for that night, man.
Get whatever you need to get on, and we'll get it on.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah, it's gonna be a crazy day, crazy night, crazy experience.
Crazy event.
Yeah.
So it's about it.
Yeah.
Win, lose or draw, man.
Win, lose or draw.
Win, lose or draw.
Oh, we're out of it.
Yeah.
Later.
Win. Yeah, respect.
Peace out.
Respect.